All right, I'm going to do a demo of installing Tactical, basically what it should look like, how it goes. So far right now, I have a VM spun up and running. The VM's IP is the 10.2.1.150. The public IP is 66.160.177.150. So we're going, the VM's running in this window. I'm not going to use that. I'm just going to use SSH. So we're going to switch over to this guy and 10 dot, let's see, root at 10.2.1.150. See if we can SSH as root, maybe not. Yeah, so let's, this is a very minimal Debian 10 VM. So the instructions say add user tactical. Excellent. Pass is my pass. Da, da, da. All right, and now we're going to add to the sudo group user mod -a-g sudo tactical. All right, now let's SSH as tactical. And we said the password was my pass. All right, awesome. So we probably don't need this window, that other window anymore. Let's see what's next. Okay, so let's see what our public IP is. Sudo apt install curl. My pass. So we did that so we can see what our public IP is, okay? Just to make sure that what we think is true is true. Now we're going to check um, our DNS. So we're going to go to host api.packbytes.com and we'll say we'll check that against Google. And we have no host command. So we'll install that too. All right, let's try. So I have a feeling there might be a firewall blocking it. Let's see. Hmm. I'm looking here in another window in the firewall, the main firewall. And yes, there is some blocked. So this is a test machine, so we are just going to allow anything. Almost there. All right, source protocol any, source 10.2.1.150, destination any. We'll log the packets because this is a test machine. Excellent. Okay, let's try this again. Much better. So API, and we'll do RMM, and we'll do mesh. Okay, we can see all those come back with the 66, the proper IP. Now what we're going to do is run the installer. And wget I know is not going to be installed. So we'll just do that. Paste. And now we'll run the installer. Now once this is done, api.pack.bytes.com, rmm.pack.bytes.com, mesh.packbytes.com, packbytes.com, hostmaster. This is an invalid email address, but hopefully we don't need it. Hurry up, let's go. We have somewhere to be. All right, this is the fun part, the certificate. All right, so we need DNS text record under the name Acme Challenge packbytes.com with the value. So I'm going to take this and, oops, did not want to hit enter. All right, let's go to the DNS editor. Let's add a record. This is a text record. So we're going to select type text. The name is this guy. And the content of this record is, where to go? Here it is. Voila. Save. So now, okay, failed authorization. That's great. All right, let's try again. Dun dun dun, it's not working. Part of my problem is, let's see, did I create the record? No, I didn't. I did not create the record before it failed the first time. But let's go over to this window and we can type host acme challenge.packbytes.com. Host-t text. Okay, it shows it. So let's try again. Waiting verification. Oh, why is our record different? Is this, what? Does it change every time? Huh, that's not the same as what we put in. How did the... All right, let's try again. What is going on? Does it change every time? AUG. Oh, wow. That makes it difficult. It does change. Jesus. So let's make sure it's correct before we press enter. Yeah, it's still wrong. Let me... Window just went wonky when I moved it. Okay, let's not do that. Let's see what's going on here. It's difficult to manage windows so they do what you want. That makes sense. If you don't want to show something, these streamers, I don't know how they do it. But anyways, let's see if we can figure this out. All right, I'm going to change my DNS. All right, let's try this again. All right, so this is what we want. Let's hit enter. All right, excellent. So what I was doing in the other window, I was just verifying that the records matched up, and probably took a minute or two. Let's see. So here it goes. We got past the hard part. I should have made sure this VM was on a faster machine, or the fastest possible machine. I just dumped it on whatever. I'm not sure what this is. Postgres. Now that's a database that I am no good at. One of these days I'll be good at it. Someday. Maybe thanks to Tactical I'll learn it better. All right, making progress. Create a login for the RMM website in Django admin. All right, we're just going to call this user one. I want to save that over here and user one. All right. I'll make the password my pass again. Uh-oh. Sure. Now they force you to use two-factor, which is good and bad. All right, took a picture of that with my phone. And that just dumps it into the app for us. I'm using the Duo app, but like it says here, you can use the Google Authenticator and probably 100 other different apps for this. Looks like we're just about done. All right. So, what I'm going to do here, read below if your route. Um, actually, I'm going to save all this text here on the left, just in case. Um, but look, okay, so download the mesh agent. Great, here it is. Um, access your RMM. So when you use the tactical agent, that installs mesh. So you don't probably necessarily need this, but once you get into it, this will become more familiar. Access your RMM. So this will be the main website for tactical. The Django admin, that's the framework that's used to build part of this. Um, Probably don't need to access it, at least not initially, but um, if you're going to be using that, you know you're pretty much off into the weeds. Um, Mesh Central. So this is another open source project that Tactical is using in conjunction to build out some of the functionality. Um, and you would use this at some point. Initially, you don't need these, but at some point you would want to start looking at that. So read below if your router does not support hairpin NAT. Sometimes it's called um, loopback. Sometimes it's called um, uh, what's another name for it? NAT reflection. So in our case, we don't have hairpin, but that's fine because the web browser I'm using is not on the same network as this tactical, and uh, that means when I access it, it's going to go out to the internet and access this tactical machine through the internet. Yeah. So this case, I don't need to make sure these three subdomains resolve to 10.2.1.150 because I'm not going to be going through the same network. Um, to do that, maybe on your host, you could modify your Windows host file under C colon Windows System 32 etc hosts. I think that's the path. And then you can modify it and add those three entries, or you could set it up on your firewall to do um, hairpin NAT. Okay, what's next here? This also applies to any agents that will be on the same local network as the RMM. Great. So I also have all these ports set up to forward already. You also need to set up port forwarding in your router for ports. You know, I thought before they had more ports listed. 4222. Huh. Let me look at my settings. Yeah, I think there was. Why do I have 450? Oh, they got rid of. They got rid of. What's it called? Salt. So salt is gone. That's why the ports are different. Okay. Um. So what's next? Okay, I'm not going to install an agent. But let's log in to, I'm typing in here rmm dot packbytes dot com. And our login, I believe, is going to be user1 based on what we did. I think we said our password was mypass. Okay, good, that's working. Now our token is 681485. Boom. Oh, now you need a site. Call it main, finish. Oh, they want us to upload the mesh agent? Okay. I don't know. But that link is right here, so we can download this. And 64 download software. Keep. Keep. All right. Let's go back. I don't remember that this would needed to be done initially, but that's fine. Let's upload it. Finish. All right, we did it. Let's turn off this dark. So that's pretty much it. Let's see, to add an agent, to set something up, you would go, you have a site here, and you can right click and then go to install agent. Now this will give you a dynamically generated exe, a PowerShell, or a manual install. You can choose one of the other. Basically, you need to be careful of Windows Defender. It can get in the way. So be careful of that. What else? Oh, the one thing I wanted to mention was um, the DNS entries that we added previously. I just wanted to make it clear so you can actually check these. And I showed the DNS records for RMM at the beginning. RMM, API, etc. And that should get you in set up and going. If you don't have a domain to host, there is a some kind of free service that was mentioned online. Let me see if I can find it real quick. It's freenom.com. Apparently, if you don't have a domain, you can use that. Freenom. I haven't used it personally. So yeah, there you go. Good luck, and we'll see you on the interwebs.